Hello and welcome back to Lost in Sci-Fi and Fantasy. I'm your host Leo, and today we are discussing the 1987 film Predator. But before we go ahead and get into that, I do have to kind of discuss what happened regarding the adventure. So, I'm no longer there. The job for me ended quite fast. In fact, a lot of things happened very, very fast in a very, very short amount of time. Yes, so while I intended to stay out there and continue working and whatnot, a different opportunity presented itself, and I am now back to where I started. I do have another job. It's a lot more stable and a lot more safe. Yeah, it was rough. So the job ended up being very similar to the very first job I had, except for with a lot more people and a lot more camping in the middle of nowhere. And it was okay. The problem was that the job carried a lot of risk, a lot more than I was willing to really contend with, and I tried to pivot within the company to a desk job of some sort, or at least a more, safe job. And sadly, that company didn't have anything available. So they referred me to another company and sent me on my way. I wasn't intending to leave at that exact moment, but they took that as I was done, so they just let me go. So I was like, okay. And I went back to where I was renting. Now, while I didn't get to record any episodes in that place, it's a good thing I didn't, because it was so fucking hot. I had to have the air conditioning running constantly. So it was probably for the best that I just kind of, came back, because I was genuinely contemplating canceling doing this show for the long run. In fact, some of you may have noticed I didn't post a YouTube version because I kind of couldn't. So yes, I will get a YouTube version of, I believe the past 2 episodes didn't get YouTube versions. I will get those up and posted for sure, as well as a video version for this one. I'll space them out a little bit so that it's not, bombarding you guys with YouTube versions. So by the time you're hearing this on YouTube, that will already have been done. But yes, it's been a fascinating time. So kind of in celebration of that, we are going to be talking about Predator, another movie about being in a jungle hell. Well, I guess for me it was a forested pine hell, but, tomato, tomato, right? Yeah, the job wasn't terrible. It's just I cannot do that kind of job, and I've actually kind of pivoted away from the field of archaeology for the time being, and have a more sit-down desk job. So I'm very happy with that. And with that, I can definitely guarantee that episodes will continue. I was still contemplating potentially not continuing this, but I just enjoy doing it, and it gives me something to do outside of everything else. And it's fun. As for the challenge, though, I might have to restart it or completely change it. At this point, I have to definitively say I've technically failed the challenge completely. So yeah, I'll probably discuss that more in a challenge episode. But to kind of let you guys on this feed know, basically beforehand, I bought a couple of games here and there, which was, technically constitutes a failure of the challenge right then and there. But I also bought a PSVR, so that pretty much puts a big old fail on the challenge in general. Though I will probably still continue the challenge in some form, as it is a good motivator at the very least to finish video games. So yeah, I'll look into that. Yeah. Yeah, another part of the reason that I was contemplating potentially canceling this while I was out there was because I was having a lot of trouble consuming any kind of content at all. Basically, I would, get out of the field, to the campsite where I would be pretty much too tired to even cook for myself, to like eat something. And then shortly after that, time would fly by so fast that it was time to go to sleep. Then I would wake up at 3:30 in the morning and try and move about for a bit. Time would move super fast, and then I'd be back out in the field again. So, yeah, it was not good for consuming any kind of content. Like, I maybe read a page of the book. Like, this week was supposed to be Grave Descent. Grave Descent will probably be next week. I'll probably push to finish the book. A lot of stuff's still kind of going on, and I didn't really have time to actually watch anything, so that's why I decided to do Predator this week, because one, it's an extremely simple plot, very simple movie, and it's pretty good. I like to... I mean, I think I meant to do it around the same time I did Alien last year, but a lot of stuff was going on then as well, so I decided... Alien, Silent Hill, I was trying to do like a Halloween-y theme, and then I ended with the book Halloween Party by Agatha Christie, as well as A Haunting in Venice, which was based off very vaguely off of Halloween Party. But yeah, it's a classic film, Predator. Not to be confused with The Predator, which was the 2018 film that in the same film series that is absolutely terrible. But yes, so the movie opens with let's go ahead and dive in. Well, actually, man, I'm forgetting my own format here. My history with the movie. So I actually have this film in a Alien Predator like triple pack thing, where it is the movie Alien, Alien vs. Predator, and Predator. And I think that was the first time I properly saw the Predator film, like the classic Predator film. Not again the 2018 Predator. The titling of these films is fucked. But anywho, the 80s Predator. I believe I might have seen some of the second one before this, and I might have seen some of the 2010 one on TV, but I hadn't seen the original. But then I got this DVD set, and I watched Alien for the first time and really liked it, and I saw Predator for the first time and really liked it, and I saw Alien vs. Predator for the first time, and it was okay. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's cool. It didn't stick with me too much. Like, I enjoyed it, but I don't think it had as much of an impact on me as, say, The Thing did in terms of, like, films from around this era. But I think it's pretty good. It's fairly simple. I like the fact that it kind of hops into the story, like the main plot, pretty fast. Like, it gets into it. Like, there's a short action sequence at the very beginning. Well, I guess technically a mid-sized action sequence at the very beginning, a small scuffle, and then boom, you're in on the hunt. Like, the hunt begins and we're going. So we can, I guess, kind of hop into the story now. So the movie opens with a spacecraft crash landing or landing on Earth, kind of similar to The Thing, in fact, although this, I believe, comes before at least the 80s version of The Thing. But yeah, so the ship comes in, and then we jump to meet the main character, Dutch, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, as he has been recruited by the CIA to extract a political person who supposedly went down in the jungle. And Dutch and crew are hired by Al Dillon, a CIA officer, to go in and find him. But this is a lie. So they go in where they presume this guy to be, and he's not... Like, they come across a downed helicopter, and then when they go in, they pretty much just find a camp. They go in, guns a-blazing, completely devastate the place. They just go fucking hog wild. But there isn't a foreign cabinet minister here. No, they were just kind of sent in to kill these people. Then after this, they start getting hunted down by the Predator and are slowly but surely picked off as they are going through trying to survive. At first, they think that it's more insurgents, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And there's actually like a sequence where they just fire randomly off into the woods for a long time, just wasting a ton of ammo. And yeah. But yeah, they get slowly picked off by the Predator, which I believe at this point, when you see the silhouette, it's like the old silhouette of the Predator, where originally like the alien was supposed to be like this like weird crab monster thing. So like the invisible silhouette thing is the crab thing, and I think you can still see it in the original film. But then the actual alien became, the one that we know and love today, the one with the crab face. And originally the alien was supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, so that's fun. But yes, so slowly but surely, each member of Dutch's party is picked off. They had picked up one of the guerrillas, a woman named Anna. Dutch is able to get her safely put onto a helicopter that takes her away, while he decides to stay back and kind of deal with the Predator. After they kind of figure out that that's what's killing them is something else, he goes around setting up traps and going classic stuff. Like he does a bow and arrow. He knows he's able to identify the fact that he's using heat vision and whatnot, so he covers himself in mud to cover up his heat signature, and he starts setting up booby traps and gets into a fist fight with the Predator. And he's able to, after getting kind of beat the fuck up himself, he's able to actually get the Predator mortally wounded, at which he then initiates the Predator fuck you button, which is a self-destruct nuclear device that, blows up the forest. Dutch is able to escape after the explosion, because the helicopter carrying Anna away sees him, or sees the explosion, goes over there, picks him up, and then they leave. But yeah, that's the film. It's like I said, it's a really simple plot, but I guess we can talk at least other things. But it is an extremely simple plot, and it's also not a super long movie. It's only 107 minutes, and they do pretty good, like, for what it is. Like, the movie builds a good amount of tension, keeps a very fast pace, and gets through itself very fast. And I enjoy it for that. Like, that was one of the things I appreciated about it a lot, because it's contemporary, the Alien film. That one has a lot more of a slow burn to it that kind of explodes relatively fast and then has like a fast pace. Like it builds up to it and then goes. Where this one, it kind of hits the ground running and goes and then ends. And then you're like, yeah, that was pretty good. I liked that. Now, of course, this movie did have some sequels. It had Predator 2, Predators, The Predator, and Prey. And then, of course, it had the crossover movies of Alien vs. Predator and Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, which the first Alien vs. Predator was okay, and then Aliens vs. Predator Requiem I remembered being just mostly dark, so there's that. And I'm meaning, like, I don't remember seeing much of the film because it just seemed to be like mostly shot at night. Now, as for the other films, I know that Predator 2 is mostly deemed not very good, but I think in retrospect, it's not the worst one. I think the ranking for the Predator films kind of goes, Predator is fairly high, along with Predators and Prey. Now, those, I think, now are going kind of like Prey, Predators, Predator, and then it goes Predator 2, and then The Predator. Because I will say that The Predator, which is directed by one of the stars of this film, is just really bad because he decided to pretty much make all of the characters his character from this film, and everything has to be really bad, quote-unquote, witty dialogue, and it's just so not good. I will eventually talk about the other Predator films, and I think, sadly, overall, the Predator franchise, in comparison to, like, the Alien franchise, is kind of seen as, like, lower in comparison to the other two, the lower of the two. I think that's partially just because the Alien franchise has had more of an opportunity to throw shit at a wall and try shit, because it's had so many movies now. It's had, it had 4 original films, then it had Prometheus, Alien Covenant, the newest one that's coming out soon, which is Alien Romulus. Actually, let me see if there's a list. The Alien franchise. Yeah, so there's Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and then Alien Romulus. But it also had the video game Alien Isolation. But yeah, overall, it's had more of an opportunity to try and, like, be better, I guess. Like, the Alien series has also had its fair share of stinkers. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's kind of picked itself up and tried to rebrand itself a lot more than, Predator did. Predator, it seems a lot more that they're kind of smearing a Predator, like, layer over different films each time that they do a Predator film. Like, even the most recent one, Prey, like, that one's deemed quite good, but it is still kind of a slightly, like, Predator painting on a different film situation, Like, Predator 1, of course, is Predator 1, so it's going to be the kind of basis, but you're throwing an alien into, like, a Vietnam-esque movie. Then Predator 2, you're throwing an alien into, like, a cop procedural movie. Then, we had another good one with Predators, where it's like, oh, now they're taking humans back to their planet for, like, a hunting ground situation. That's kind of cool. So, like, that one actually had a little bit more originality to it, and they're like, yeah. But then they decided for the next one to go back to doing, like, trying to do what the original Predator did, but not at the same time, and then throwing in weird messaging of things that they very much don't understand. The Predator is so bad. But yeah, there's definitely hope for the Predator franchise. I don't know if they've announced if they're doing, like, a sequel after Prey. Let me see if they've done that. Okay. So from the looks of it, they are actually working on 2 sequels to this. So it looks like they're doing a separate entry in the Predator franchise, supposedly titled Badlands, and there's supposedly a sequel to Prey happening, or potentially a prequel to Prey. It's kind of not fully understood what direction they're planning on going. But yeah, so there's a chance that, Prey is having Predator is having its revival. And it also seems like Alien is also kind of having its revival right now, because while Prometheus was kind of joked on a bit, it wasn't a terrible movie. Alien Covenant supposedly wasn't super bad. In fact, some people quite liked it. And then there's the new one, Alien Romulus, which looks like it's literally going as back to basics as it can. Like, it looks like a fresh Alien movie. And it looks really good. I would like to see it, but I probably won't see it immediately when it comes out, but we'll see. But yeah, that I think will do us. It's going to be a bit of a shorter episode because this one is a little bit rushed. But next episode is going to be Grave Descent, and that's going to be a fun one to talk about. I have a lot to talk about with Grave Descent and Michael Crichton's semi-secret book series. That's going to be a fun one to talk about. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, other than that, other things that I do intend to look at doing soonish is The Rocketeer and continuing Mad Max, and then a lot of other stuff. We'll see. There's a lot of things. Like, I might do an episode just talking about VR, because I need to justify the fact that I bought a VR headset. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll do like a full-on like video on that. Who knows? We'll see how things go in the next week or so. Things are going weird right now. But anywho, we'll see how things go from here on. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this, feel free to give it a like, comment, and subscribe if you are on YouTube, or rate and review it on any podcast catcher of your choice. But with that said, thank you guys so much for listening. I will talk to you guys next week. Goodbye.